Famous actors who owe us movie roles for shocking reasons. In the competitive world of Hollywood, losing a coveted movie role can be a dramatic and unexpected turn of events. For some famous actors, their departure from major films has come about due to surprising and often shocking reasons. From creative differences and personal controversies to unforeseen circumstances, these incidents not only alter the trajectory of their careers, but also sometimes lead to iconic performances by others. The following examples showcase how even the most established stars can face unexpected hurdles that change the course of cinematic history. Number 8. Megan Fox, Transformers 3. Megan Fox's departure from the Transformers franchise was a surprising and controversial turn of events that left many fans shocked. Fox, who had gained significant fame from her role as Mikaela Banes in the first two Transformers films, made headlines when she publicly criticized director Michael Bay. In an interview, Fox compared Bay's management style to that of Hitler, a remark that was met with considerable backlash. Her comments were perceived as highly inappropriate and disrespectful, creating a rift between Fox and the film's production team. Despite Bay's assertion that he had no direct role in the decision, it was reported that executive producer Steven Spielberg played a crucial role in the fallout. Spielberg, known for his influential position in the industry, was reportedly instrumental in the decision to remove Fox from the franchise. Consequently, Fox's character was written out of Transformers. Dark of the Moon, the third installment in the series, her absence marked a significant shift in the franchise, and the role of Mikaela Banes was not recast. Instead, the film introduced a new female lead, played by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. Number 7. Terrence Howard, Iron Man 2. Terrence Howard initially portrayed James "Rhodey" Rhodes in the first Iron Man film, delivering a performance that many expected to see continue throughout the burgeoning Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. However, when it came time to produce the sequel, Iron Man 2, Howard was notably absent, with Don Cheadle stepping into the role. The reasons behind this change have been the subject of much speculation and controversy. Reports suggest that Howard's departure was largely due to a dispute over his salary. After the success of the first film, Howard reportedly sought a significant pay increase, believing his contribution warranted a higher compensation. However, Marvel Studios, known for its strict budgeting practices, was unwilling to meet his demands. Additionally, there were rumors of creative differences between Howard and the studio, particularly regarding the direction of his character and the overall production. Howard later spoke out about the situation, expressing his belief that he had been treated unfairly. He claimed that he was paid less than his co-stars in the first film, despite being one of the more prominent names in the cast at the time. Howard also felt that his removal from the franchise was a betrayal, as he had played a key role in the early development of the character in the MCU. The replacement of Howard with Cheadle marked a significant shift, but Cheadle's performance was well received, and he continued to portray Rhodey in subsequent MCU films, solidifying his place in the franchise. Meanwhile, Howard's departure remains a notable example of how behind-the-scenes negotiations and creative differences can dramatically alter the trajectory of a film series. Number 6. Judy Garland, Valley of the Dolls. Judy Garland, a legendary figure in Hollywood, was originally cast as Helen Lawson in the 1967 film Valley of the Dolls, a role that could mark a significant moment in her later career. However, by this time, Garland was struggling with severe substance abuse issues that had plagued her for years, affecting her reliability and behavior on set. Her addiction made her difficult to work with, as she often arrived late, unprepared, or not at all, causing significant delays in the film's production. Despite her immense talent, these issues became too much for the filmmakers to manage, leading to the difficult decision to fire Garland from the role. She was replaced by Susan Hayward, who went on to deliver a strong performance as Helen Lawson. This incident added another layer to the tragic narrative of Garland's life, highlighting the impact of her personal struggles on her professional career. Garland's dismissal from Valley of the Dolls was a sad reminder of how her immense potential was continually undermined by her battles with addiction, a theme that had haunted her since her early days in the entertainment industry. Number 5. Ryan Gosling, The Lovely Bones. Ryan Gosling was originally cast to play the father in Peter Jackson's adaptation of The Lovely Bones, a role that required a deep emotional connection to the tragic story. In preparation for the part, Gosling took a method approach, believing that the character, a grieving father, should appear heavier to reflect the weight of his emotional burden. To embody this vision, Gosling gained a significant amount of weight before production began. However, this physical transformation did not align with Peter Jackson's vision for the character. Jackson had a different concept in mind, one that did not involve the character's appearance changing so drastically. The discrepancy between Gosling's interpretation and the director's vision led to what was described as creative differences, ultimately resulting in Gosling's departure from the film just before shooting commenced. Mark Wahlberg was then brought in to replace Gosling, and the film proceeded with Wahlberg in the role. This incident underscores how even well-intentioned creative decisions by an actor can sometimes clash with the director's overall vision for a film, leading to significant changes in casting. Number 4. James Purefoy, V for Vendetta. James Purefoy was initially cast as the enigmatic V in the dystopian film V for Vendetta, a role that required the actor to wear a mask throughout the entire movie. However, after 6 weeks of filming, Purefoy encountered significant challenges with the mask, which hindered his ability to fully express the character and connect with the role. The discomfort and difficulty in conveying emotions solely through body language and voice led to Purefoy's departure from the project. With the film's production timeline pressing forward, the role was quickly recast and Hugo Weaving stepped in to take over. Weaving embraced the challenges posed by the mask, using his distinct voice and nuanced physicality to create a powerful and iconic portrayal of V. His performance resonated deeply with audiences, contributing to the film's success and cementing V as a symbol of resistance and freedom in popular culture. Weaving's interpretation of the character has since become one of the most memorable elements of V for Vendetta, highlighting how a change in casting can sometimes lead to an unforgettable performance. Number 3. Annette Bening, Batman Returns. Annette Bening was originally cast as Catwoman in Tim Burton's 1992 film Batman Returns, a role that was highly anticipated given the character's complex and intriguing nature. Bening was an acclaimed actress with the talent to bring a unique depth to the role. However, shortly after being cast, Bening discovered she was pregnant, which presented challenges in fulfilling the physically demanding role of Catwoman. The timing of her pregnancy made it impossible for her to continue with the rigorous filming schedule and stunts required for the character. Consequently, Bening had to step down from the role. This led to Michelle Pfeiffer being cast as Catwoman, a decision that would prove to be a defining moment in the film's legacy. Pfeiffer brought a fierce and unforgettable energy to the role, blending vulnerability with a seductive and dangerous allure, creating a portrayal that remains iconic in cinematic history. Her performance as Catwoman is often cited as one of the best in superhero film history, making her a standout in the Batman franchise. Number 2. Dougray Scott, X-Men. Dougray Scott was originally cast to play Wolverine in the first X-Men film, and the role seemed poised to elevate his career. However, as he was also committed to filming Mission Impossible 2 at the time, unforeseen delays and scheduling conflicts arose during the production of that movie. These conflicts made it impossible for Scott to transition to the X-Men set in time to meet the film's demanding schedule. As a result, he was forced to relinquish the role of Wolverine. This decision opened the door for Hugh Jackman, an actor relatively unknown outside of Australia at the time, to step into the role. Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine not only resonated with audiences but also became iconic, defining the character for nearly 2 decades across multiple films in the franchise, solidifying his place as a major Hollywood star. Number 1. Sylvester Stallone, Beverly Hills Cop. Sylvester Stallone was initially cast as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop, but his vision for the film diverged sharply from that of the producers. Stallone, known for his intense action roles, wanted to transform the movie into a serious, action-driven narrative, even rewriting parts of the script to include more dramatic elements and high-octane stunts. However, the producers, Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson, had always envisioned Beverly Hills Cop as a lighthearted action comedy, relying on humor and wit to drive the story. These creative differences ultimately led to Stallone's departure from the project. Eddie Murphy was then brought in, and his comedic interpretation of Axel Foley became the cornerstone of the film's massive success, turning Beverly Hills Cop into a cultural touchstone and one of the highest-grossing films of its time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon.